Hello there, yogis. Welcome to Tina Diana Yoga. In our continuation of our journey through the chakras, I wanted to bring us into the second chakra. So the second chakra is located in the physical body, in the hips, the pelvis, and the lower abdomen. So we're going to go ahead and take our hands, bring all of your fingers to touch, and then create a V there right at your lower abdomen, so that your index fingers and your middle fingers, the tips of them might just be gently touching. And then bring the tips of your thumbs to touch as well. So you're creating a little downward triangle there right at your lower abdomen. And then go ahead and soften the shoulders down the back and close your physical eyes. And just begin to breathe deep here. And breathing right into that lower abdominal space, breathing right into your pelvic bowl. So our second chakra, the Sanskrit name for it is Svadhisthana, which translates to one's own abode. It's the home of our emotions, our feelings, home of our life experiences. So there's quite a bit housed in this energy center. And really a lot of our humanness housed right here. And the element for this energy center is water. So it really calls on us to move through those emotions, feelings, life experiences as if you're flowing through water, right? How can we move through our lives with a little bit more grace, a little bit more fluidity? If you haven't already, feeling the breath move through the back of the throat, creating a little oceanic breath there. Your breath like the sound of ocean waves rolling in, rolling out in an even rhythmic pattern. The seed sound for our second chakra is Vam. Vam, Vam, Vam. So we'll sing Vam 3 times together here to help to balance out this part of our being. So invite a deep breath in first through the nose, really fill the lungs. And then open your mouth, you can pour it out. Let's do that 2 more times, deep breath in. Send it right down into your pelvic bowl. And then open your mouth, breathe it out. One more deep breath in. Deep breath out. Now for Vam, deep breath in. Vam. 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 Good. Gently flutter your eyes open. Bring your hands onto your thighs and begin to make circles in one direction. Doesn't really matter which, just wherever you feel drawn to circle first, and just allow maybe your head and your neck to get involved here. It's our Sufi circles. And it really is this energy of like stirring through water. And so you're stirring up the waters in the second chakra. Might be stirring up some emotions there, some experiences, maybe even stirring up your own creativity. And so this is also our creative center. So how can we move through our lives from a place of our own authentic, creative potential? And then pause wherever you're at. Begin to reverse the direction of the circles. So spinning in the other direction. Your circles can be big, they can be small, anywhere in between. Just go with what feels right for you in this moment. And really allowing yourself to dig deep into the breath here, dig deeper into your physical body. You can gently apply some pressure on your thighs there with your hands, anchoring you. And allowing whatever bubbles up to the surface to be seen, right? To be felt, to be heard. And then go ahead and gently come to center. Leveling off the crown over the shoulders right over the hips. And then flutter your eyes open if you have them closed again. Bring the soles of your feet to touch in front of you, and then draw your heels forward a tad. So you're creating diamond shape with the legs, Tarasana. Bring your hands onto your ankles there. Take a deep breath in, spread the toes, awaken alive, lift the heart. And then on the breath out, you can widen the elbows out to the sides. Gently draw the heart forward and then down. Let your head fall towards the inner arches of your feet there. And allow yourself to breathe deep like the ocean, breathing into the back of the body, breathing into the hips. Inviting new energy with every breath in, with every breath out, allowing yourself to ground a little bit deeper, to release. See if you can loosen the jaw a bit. On your next breath in, keep your head heavy and humble as you roll the spine back up to neutral. From here, lengthening the legs out in front of you. You want to make sure your heels are on your yoga mat there for a little extra loving support. And then bring your palms wide right alongside your outer hips there. And coming into staff pose, so take a moment to bring your feet hips width, reach through the heels. Again, reach through the balls of the feet, flare the toes alive. And then take a little gentle rolling of the shoulders back, press the palms into the earth, sit up nice and tall with yourself. On your next breath in, you're gonna lean forward, plant the feet and lift the hips on up to the sky for a little altar pose. On the breath out, you're gonna swing your hips all the way back to land between the arms. Inhale to lift the hips back up. And exhale, slow and steady, swing the hips back. Keep this going, breathing in to lift. Engage the inner thighs, and then exhale. Press the palms into the ground to, with control, swing the hips back. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Let's take this 5 more times. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lift the hip points up. Exhale. Now inhale, lift it up. And then draw the chin into the chest. Keep lifting the hips. Widen the feet out a tad. Turn the toes out 45 degrees. So you're looking forward towards the top of your mat. And then walk your hands forward towards your feet. And then bring your hands in front of you. I need to back up a little bit to stay on my yoga mat. You might need to too. Just let your hands sort of rest in front of you and then shift your weight side to side. So into the right foot, into the left foot. Just allowing yourself to ease into it. Malasana can be a really big feeling, really big shape for your body to take. So just breathing your way into it, into deeper waters. So your heels are in, your toes are turned out. You're going to walk your hands back towards your hips and then bring your elbows into your inner thighs. Catch a prayer here and come into Malasana squat. See if you can lift the crown of the head up out of the hips and breathe deep. Take one more deep breath in. Breathe out, palms to the ground, lengthen the legs, and just turn the toes forward towards the wrists and heavy the head. So your feet are pretty wide. They might even be about mat's width. That's cool. We want a wide stance for today. Grab opposite elbows. Let the weight of the elbows and the weight through the crown of the head really allow and facilitate more length there through the spine, just allowing yourself to drip and drop. You can sway side to side. Just going for the energy of like a waterfall here, just spilling. And release your palms to the ground, finding an evenness through the feet. Inhale to a flat back. So either fingertips on the ground, tented, stretching the heart forward, finding a flat back, or maybe hands on your shins if fingertips on the ground is not so accessible. And then breathe out to hinge at the hips and fold back into your legs. Put a little bend in the knees, maybe a deep bend. Let your head stay heavy. Slowly roll up vertebra by vertebra to stand. Coming into Tadasana, opening your palms towards the top of your mat, lengthening your tail down towards the ground, lifting up through the crown. And now inhale here to circle your arms up, catch a prayer overhead. On the breath out, drag the prayer right to your heart center. Keep your thumbs and your pinky fingers touching and allow your other fingers to flare open like a little flower here. So we're creating the Lotus Mudra. So this mudra is symbolic of our human existence, and it really is a symbol of resilience, right? Finding strength and grace as we move through all of life's experiences. So we're going to play with this one a little bit today. Allow your gaze to shift down into the center of your lotus flower for a moment here. And then inhale to circle your arms up. Catch your lotus flower up overhead. And then turn it into a prayer as you exhale, hinge at the hips and fold back into your legs. Inhale to catch a flat back. Plant the palms, step back into plank pose here. See if you can level the hips with the shoulders, firm up the thighs, firm up the belly. And then press the earth away as you drop the shoulder heads down away from the ears. We're going to hang here 3 cycles of breath. resilience, strength. Find as much grace as you can in these moments. You got this. One more cycle of breath. And then on the breath out, pull the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Really plug your finger pads into the ground there. And you can swing the hips a little side to side. Let your ears fall in line with your arms. And then bring yourself to center here. Inhale, lift the heels as high as you can. And then on the exhale, shift the heels to the right, and then anchor the heels down to the ground as much as you can. And then press your finger pads into the earth to keep drawing your hips up and back. So you're really going deeper into that left outer hip, a little bit into the left IT band. Again, there can be big feels here, so breathe deep. Send your breath to any places that feel a little sticky, a little stuck. Send them some love. Your next breath in, shift your heels back to center, lifted. Breathe out, shift your heels to the left side of your mat, and then anchor them down towards the ground. Even out through the upper body as much as you can. Press the finger pads into the ground to draw your hips up and back even more, and then breathe deep. Ocean breath. Next breath in, come to center, lift the heels high, and then exhale, soften the heels straight down towards the ground as much as you can, spiraling your inner thighs back and lifting through your low belly to create some ease in your shoulders. And then right here, bring your big toes to touch. You might even walk your feet forward just the littlest bit. Inhale to lift the heels high. Exhale to bend and widen the knees. Drop your seat down low towards your heels. Look forwards. This is like a little crouching frog shape. Take a deep breath out here. See how low you can get. Look forward. And then breathe in to step your right foot wide outside your right hand. Tense your fingertips right here. Breathe out to drop your left knee down. Keep your left toes tucked to breathe through the sole of the left foot. Inhale to look up, lift your gaze, roll your shoulders back. Nice little lizard lunge. On the exhale, stick your tongue out. Good. Inhale, lift your back knee. Exhale, step your left foot wide outside your left hand. Turn your toes out, drop your seat. Inhale, Malasana, reach up through the crown. And then exhale, palms to the ground, turn the toes forward and fold. You're in a wide Uttanasana. Inhale to catch a flat back right here. Rise all the way up to stand, catch a Lotus Mudra overhead. And then exhale, bring the lotus right to your heart center. Look into the center of your flower. Inhale, circle the arms up, catch a lotus. Exhale, prayer washes through the midline as you hinge at the hips and fold back into your legs, head heavy. Inhale to lengthen the spine here. Step the left foot back behind you. And then exhale, plant the palms, step the right foot back, hips high, downward facing dog. Inhale to bring it forward, plank pose. Get really long here, get really strong. And then exhale, drop the knees, hips width, sit back towards your heels, child's pose. Lift the head, inhale, swim your heart forward between your thumbs, lengthen the legs. For a little baby cobra here, see if you can press down through the tops of the feet, lift the thighs, bring the shoulder blades to kiss so your shoulders roll back. You might even lift your palms here for a moment, really utilize your back muscles. Take one more deep breath in to lift. Palms to the ground, exhale, tuck the toes, travel back, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Big toes touch. Inhale, bend the knees. Exhale. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, bend and widen the knees. Look forward. Inhale, step the left foot wide outside the left hand. Tent the fingertips. Exhale, soften your right knee down. Inhale, allow the right hip to travel forward, the shoulders to peel back as you look up. Exhale, stick your tongue out. Inhale, lift your back knee. Exhale, step your right foot wide outside your right hand. Turn your toes out, sit low. Inhale, Malasana. Exhale, palms to the ground, toes forward and fold. Inhale to a flat back, rise all the way up to stand, Lotus Mudra overhead. Exhale, lotus to your heart, look deep into the center. Inhale, swing your arms up, catch a lotus. Exhale, prayer washes through your center as you hinge and fold, Uttanasana. Inhale to find length through the spine, step your right foot back behind you. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale to travel forward plank. Exhale, child's pose. Sit back towards your heels, forehead to the ground. Look forward, inhale, swim forward into a little baby cobra. See if you can lift your palms, hug your elbows in like a grasshopper. And then exhale, palms to the ground. Tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Big toes touch. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, bend and widen the knees. Inhale, step the right foot outside the right hand. Tenth the fingertips. Exhale, drop your left knee. Inhale, look up. Exhale, tongue out. Inhale, lift your back knee. Exhale, left foot outside left hand. Toes turn out. Inhale, Malasana. Exhale, forward fold. So move in a little bit more. One breath, one movement. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Rise all the way up. Lotus Mudra. Exhale, lotus to your heart. Look into the center of the flower. Inhale, circle the arms up. Lotus. Exhale, hinge at the hips and fold. Inhale, flat back. Step your left leg back behind you. Low lunge. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank. This time lean forward. Exhale, keep the elbows bending straight back as you lower all the way to the ground. Point the toes. Inhale, lift it up for cobra. It might be a little bit bigger, but keep the elbows in. Exhale, tuck the toes, pull the hips up and back, downward facing. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Anchor the heels. Big toes touch. Inhale, lift the heels high. Exhale, bend and widen the knees. Look forward. Inhale, left foot outside the left hand. Tenth the fingertips. Exhale, right knee down. Inhale, look up. Exhale, tongue out. Inhale, back knee lifts. Exhale, right foot outside right hand. Toes out. Inhale, Malasana. Nice and tall through the spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Rise all the way up. Lotus Mudra. Exhale, lotus to your heart. Look inward. Inhale, circle the arms up. Exhale, hinge at the hips and melt. Inhale, flat back. Right foot steps back behind you. Downward facing dog as you empty out. Inhale to bring it forward plank. Exhale, you might play with lowering halfway chaturanga or all the way to the ground. Inhale, tops of the feet meet the ground, thighs lift as you open the heart forward and up, shoulders peel back, up dog. Exhale from the low belly, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Big toes touch. Inhale, lift the heels high. Exhale, bend and widen the knees. Get really low. And then inhale, see if you can hop your feet outside your hands. There might be a little floating action happening. Malasana here on the breath in. Sit up nice and tall. Exhale, fold into your legs. Wide Uttanasana. Inhale to a flat back. Rise all the way up to stand. Lotus Mudra overhead. Exhale, lotus to your heart. Look in. Pause. Breathe. And then bring your hands right onto your hips. So we're gonna go for some standing hip circles right here. I find these to be really fun also. So just start to make circles in whatever direction you feel. Again, circles can be small, they can be big, anywhere in between. And then feel free to get creative, right? To explore all the different areas here, all the places, especially the ones that maybe feel a little messy, right? A little stuck. And then pause wherever you're at, reverse the direction of the circles. So good. You can let your eyes close here. You're just swirling, stirring. Okay, come to center. Your feet are wide, so they're almost mat's width, maybe even mat's width. You're going to slowly begin to bend the knees here, but reach your sit bones back. So you're letting your hip points really travel down towards the top of your thighs there. So you're really flexing here at your hip creases. Sit bones reach back, your weight drifts back towards your heels, so much so that your toes might even lift. Then you can either stay here with your hands on your hips, digging deep into this half chair, or stretch the arms forward in front of you alongside your ears. See if you can lift the arms even more. Then you might even find your Lotus Mudra here, who knows? Keep the knees over the ankles. Keep stretching in opposition. Sit bones reach back. Lotus flower reaches forward. Take one more deep breath in. See if you can lift your arms. And then exhale, hands to your calves here as you lengthen the legs and heavy the head. Ugh. Good. Tense your left fingertips right under your nose. Put a bend in your left knee. Inhale, reach your right arm up. So that's a little wide Uttanasana twist. See if you can press down through your left foot here to move your right hip over to the right to even yourself out. And then find an evenness through the arms, a lift and length through the bottom arm, reaching up through the top arm. Take a deep breath in as you breathe out. Bring the right arm behind your back. Allow it to reach towards your left hip crease, or maybe the top of your left thigh, and then allow your head to just like hang down here. So it's a nice stretch through the right side of your neck. Our second chakra, right, emotions, feelings, is very intimately connected to our fifth chakra, which we'll get to in our journey, which is our communication center, so communicating how we feel. It's quite a big deal. Inhale, reach your right arm up and over your head. Exhale, right palm to the ground, fold through center. Tense your right fingertips under your nose, put a bend in your right knee. Inhale, reach your left arm up. Again, press down through the left foot here, shifting your left hip over towards the left side of your mat a little bit. And then find that reach across the arms, the width across the chest. Look up if you can. Take a deep breath in as you breathe out. Left arm behind the back, reaching towards your right hip crease or top of the right thigh. And then allow, again, your head to fall. Inhale your left arm up, left arm over left ear, and then exhale, left palm down, fold into center. Turn your toes out. Inhale, come back into Malasana. Sit up nice and tall. On the exhale, plant the palms. You're going to hop back right into Chaturanga. Play with it, like a backwards frog hop. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Lift the thighs. Exhale, bring it back home, downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, lift your right leg up on the breath in. Step your right foot between your palms on the breath out. Anchor your back heel down. On the inhale, left arm leads and opens you up into warrior two. Take a moment here to even out the work through the legs. Firm up the back thigh. Get the shoulders right over the hips and look towards your front hand. Feel that stretch, that reach in opposition through the fingertips, the width across the chest. Flip your palms up to the sky here. Inhale, reach your right arm up and then bring your left hand right onto your left hip. Open up through your left shoulder. See if you can dig a little bit deeper through the front thigh. Inhale. And then exhale, cartwheel the palms down. You can rinse it through a vinyasa right here or send it right back home to downward facing dog. Feel free to get creative with these vinyasas. Inhale, lift your left leg up. Exhale, left foot between the palms, back heel down. Inhale, right arm leads you into Virabhadrasana 2. Dig deep into it. Really feel your legs working here. Feel your arms working. Palms up to the sky. Inhale, left arm up. Right palm, right hip. Dig deeper into the front thigh. Inhale. Exhale, cartwheel the palms down. Move it through a vinyasa or leave it out. Just rinsing it through in whatever way you choose. Let's add on. Right leg lifts on the breath in. Right foot between the palms on the breath out. Back heel down. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale to ground and settle. Inhale, peaceful warrior, left hand, left hip. Now lengthen your right leg, turn your right toes in, exhale, right hand, right hip. Now turn your heels in, your toes out, and begin to bend and widen your knees towards your toes. So you're sitting low into goddess pose, and you might sway it and dance it side to side. And then with the hands on the hips, begin to drag and pull your sit bones back and your chest forward, just like that half chair we were playing with. Then you might stay here, hands on hips, or bring your arms alongside your ears. You might catch a Lotus Mudra. I know it's so much in the legs. My legs are on fire. Take one more deep breath in, and then breathe out, fingertips to the ground, under the shoulders. Turn the heels out, toes slightly in. Inhale, stretch the heart forward, flat back. Exhale, hinge at the hips and melt. Take a moment here just for your head to get heavy. Weight shifting into the balls of the feet. And then inhale here to a flat back. You're going to turn both of your toes towards the front of your mat. Right toes all the way, left toes about halfway. Right hand on right shin, maybe down towards the ankle. Keep your right knee bent to start. Bring your left hand onto your left hip and then open up. So really lean back into your left shoulder blade. Chest is opening towards the left side of your mat. And then begin to lengthen your right leg here for triangle pose. Open up through the right shoulder. Scoop and drag that right hip underneath you, and then look up. Lengthen out through your bottom ribs, and you might stay here, or you might reach your left arm up. See if you can get your arms in one line. Even out the work through the legs to really firm up that back leg. Take one more deep breath in, maybe left arm long over left ear. And then exhale, put a bend in your right knee. Inhale, swing up into peace, left hand, left hip, right palm reaching up and back. Exhale, cartwheel the palms down, step it back, rinse it through. You do you right here. Left leg lifts on the breath in, left foot between the palms on the breath out, back heel down, inhale, warrior two, exhale, settle. Inhale, peace, right hand, right hip, lengthen the left leg, Turn the left toes in. Exhale, left hand, left hip. Heels in, toes out, hands on your hips. Bend and widen the knees, goddess. So lift the chest first, and then begin to reach your sit bones back, lean your heart forward. And then stay real secure and powered through the legs as you reach the arms forward alongside the ears. Maybe lotus. Take a deep breath in. Breathe out, fingertips to the ground, heels out. Inhale, stretch the heart forward. Exhale, hinge and mount. Pause. Dangle the head heavy. Again, that waterfall-like vibe going on here. And then inhale to lift and lengthen the spine. Turn both of your toes forward, left toes all the way, right toes halfway. Right hand on right shin, left hand on left shin, right hand on right hip. Lean back into your right shoulder blade. Firm up through the obliques and the low belly. And then lengthen your left leg. Spin the left shoulder open, look up. Lengthen the tail down the back leg. And then you might reach your right arm up or keep the hand on the hip. Whatever feels best for you today. And keep trying to lengthen out through the bottom ribs by hugging that left hip underneath you. Keep a little lift through the inner arch of the back foot. You might breathe in and reach the right arm long over the ear. Exhale, bend the left knee. Inhale, peaceful warrior, right hand, right hip. Exhale, cartwheel it all down and move it through. One more round, my friends. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, right foot between the palms. Back heel down. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, settle. Inhale, peace. Lengthen the right leg. Turn the right toes in. Exhale, right palm, right hip. Heels in, toes out. Inhale, bend and widen the knees, sit low. Exhale, sit bones back, heart forward. Inhale, maybe arms reach forward and catch a lotus. And then exhale, fingertips to the ground, heels out. Inhale, flat back, heart forward. Exhale, hinge at the hips. Inhale, lift and lengthen, turning your toes forward. Left hand, left hip. Lengthen the right leg, triangle pose again right here. So using a little muscle memory, remembering to open up that bottom shoulder, even out through the arms and legs. Inhale, left arm long over left ear. Exhale, put a bend in your right knee. Inhale, peaceful warrior, left hand, left hip. Stay with me. On the exhale, you're going to begin to lean forward. Tense your right fingertips ahead of your right foot and a little bit outside your right shoulder. Begin to lift your left leg, angling the left hip point towards the left side of your mat, reaching through the left heel for Ardha Chandrasana. Keep looking down. And then keep playing with pressing your right thigh, that's your bottom leg there, back. And keep turning your left hip directly towards the side of the space there. You might allow your left arm to lift. You might reach back so much so through that lifted leg that your bottom fingertips can lift. Invite yourself to play and explore. Keep breathing wherever you are. And then slowly, left fingertips to the ground, left hip point draws down. Keep the left leg long as you bring it behind your right leg. So the right leg and the left leg are long, but the legs are crossed. Feet are in one line, but hips width distance, right? Inhale to a flat back, rise all the way up here to stand. Lotus Mudra overhead. Exhale, lotus to your heart. Look into the center of the flower. This time, interlace the hands, release your index finger. Inhale, reach up. Then exhale, reach over to the right. So you're just taking a little Side bend, getting a little bit deeper into that left IT band. Pretty tricky spot for most of us. Keep reaching up through the index fingers, lengthening through the arms as much as you can. Inhale your way back to center. Exhale, swan dive your arms down, hinge at your hips, and fold. Inhale to step your left leg back into a low lunge. Soften your left knee down. Point your left toes. Widen your right foot out to the right. Tenting the left fingertips or flat palm. A little bit outside your left shoulder. Inhale to reach up and back through your right hand. Then you might bend your left knee and you might pull the heel in towards your sit bones. See if you can wrap your left rib cage forward and your right rib cage back. And just working the hips in all the different ways here, right? So breathing now into the front of that left thigh. Right into the front of the left hip point. And take one more deep breath in. See if you can play with going deeper. And then breathe out to reverse your way out. Step back through vinyasa. Any way you choose. Other side, left leg lifts, breathing in, left foot between the palms, breathing out. Back heel drops. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, ground. Inhale, peace. Lengthen the left leg, turn the left toes in. Exhale, left hand, left hip. Heels in, toes out. Inhale, goddess. Exhale, reach your sit bones back. Hinge your heart forward. Inhale, arms forward. Exhale, fingertips to the ground, heels out. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale to a flat back, turn the toes towards the top of the mat. Left hand, left shin, right hand, right hip. And then begin to move into triangle pose, opening the bottom shoulder. Inhale, right arm long over right ear, get into that right outer hip. Exhale, bend the left knee. Inhale, peaceful warrior, right hand, right hip. On the exhale, begin to lean yourself forward and out, tenting the left fingertips on the ground, lifting the right leg up. Really reach through that right heel, angle the right hip towards the right side of your mat. Look down, you might reach your right arm up. You might be so active through the legs that your left arm lifts. And then gently left palm down, right palm down. Angle the right hip point down towards the ground. Keep the right leg long as you swing it behind your left. Legs are crossed but feet hips width. Inhale to a flat back, rise all the way up. Catch lotus. Exhale, lotus to your heart, look in. Interlace the hands, release the index fingers. Inhale, reach your steeple grip straight up. And then over to the left. Invite some breath, some love into that right IT band. Breathe in to come to center. Breathe out, swan dive your way back down into your legs. Inhale to step your right leg back. Drop your right knee down. Toe heel your left foot out to the left, left hand inside your left foot. Point your back toes. Widen your right hand out. And then inhale to reach your left arm up and back. You might either stay there or bend your back knee and reach the heel in towards the sit bones. Right rib cage wraps forward, left rib cage wraps back. Steady, oceanic breathing. Take one more cycle here. Be inviting a little bit more depth. And then exhale to release. Come back to center. Rinse it through. Okay, my friends, moving into final second chakra action here. Right leg lifts on the breath in. Bring the right knee towards the right arm. And then rest the right shin on the ground here for half pigeon. Keep your back toes tucked for a moment. And then really reach back through the left heel a few times, dragging your left knee back in space and getting even more room here through the front of your left hip. And then you can point your back toes, tense your fingertips, and then move a little bit side to side through the hips. And you want to play with wrapping that left hip point forward and down as much as possible as you begin to hinge at the hips and melt. So you might rest on your forearms here. You might catch a prayer, catch a lotus. And draw your chin in and your shoulders back. If you feel like you want to move deeper, you can create a little pillow with your hands and bring your left temple to your hands there. So you're looking over towards your right knee. You can close your eyes. Know that it's quite natural and normal to feel into some sticky places, some discomfort, but not normal to feel any pain. So if you're feeling any pain specifically in that right knee, come to lie down on your back and take a reclined half pigeon, figure 4, with the right foot flexed on top of the left thigh. And once you find your place, just take in 5 good deep cycles of breath to feel into the right outer hip. See if you can find more ease and freedom through the face, through the jaw. And then inhale, begin to lift up through the spine, walk your hands back towards your right shin, shift all the way over into your right hip, and then swing your left leg long in front of you. Go ahead and interlace your hands around the outer edge of your right foot. And then lift your heel up a little bit, lift and lengthen through the chest and the spine. And then begin to drag your right knee back a little bit outside your right rib cage. And then reach it forward and cross it a little bit over to the left. And then keep going with that. So you just like really dig in deep here. This almost has like the flavor of like an oar, like you're rowing the boat, right? And then gently begin to bring the foot perhaps into a little half lotus. So bringing the outer edge of the foot towards your left hip crease, as high up there as you can. And then allow the right knee to drip down a little bit. Keep reaching through the ball of the right foot, flaring through the toes. Inhale to reach up. And then on the exhale, tenting your fingertips, on either side of your left leg, and just allowing yourself to fold to as deep of a degree as is possible today. Might walk your fingertips forward, forward, forward. If half lotus isn't working for you, you can bring the sole of your right foot to your left inner thigh for a traditional Janu Svadhisthana. And take one more deep breath in. Deep breath out. And then inhale, walk your hands back, lift yourself up gently. If you're in that half lotus, bring yourself on out. Cross the ankles, and then just step back to downward facing dog. You can pedal it out a little bit there. And then inhale to lift your left leg up. Exhale, left knee to your left arm, left shin to the ground, half pigeon. Soften the back knee, and then keep the back toes tucked as you keep reaching back through that right heel. And then point your right toes. You can tense your fingertips, shift a little side to side. Think about drawing your right hip forward and down as you begin to hinge, maybe again onto the forearms first. And taking your time, right? Taking it step by step. If you're getting the green light to go deeper, maybe make a little pillow there with your arms. Bring your right temple onto your arms, look towards your left knee, and continue to melt. See if you can find a way to stay open and receptive to the differences between the sides. I know for me, personally, my left hip has a lot to say. So just allowing yourself to meet it. To ease into it, lean into it even. Inhale to slowly, head heavy, lift the chest. Walk your hands back towards your left shin. Shift all the weight over into your left hip. Right leg swings long in front of you. Interlace your hands around the outer edge of the left foot. See if you can lift your left heel up a little bit, and then play with dragging the left knee back and out, and then lengthening the leg and crossing it over to the right. And then keep moving. With our hip center, it's best to find typically a little bit more dynamic movement, right? Like a dance. So that we can really work into the fullness of this region. There's so much going on, right? You can just feel it. Okay, gently bring the outer edge, you're steering, outer edge and the heel of your left foot to your right hip crease. You want to almost think about angling the ball of the left foot up a little bit towards the sky. For your half lotus, let your left knee descend. Again, if this is not happening, sole the left foot in your right inner thigh. Inhale to reach your arms up wherever you're at. And then exhale, gently lean forward. So same sort of sensation here with that half chair, right? It's like your sit bones are reaching back, your heart's leaning forward. And then allow your chin to move in towards the chest and just breathe here. You might walk your tented fingertips forward gradually. Part the lips here even to free up the mouth, the throat, the jaw. More deep breath in, deep breath out. Inhale, walk your hands back. Lift the chest. Gently release from the half lotus. You can shake your legs out long in front of you for a moment. One more thing here. Crossing the ankles, I'm going to come to face the side of my yoga mat. You'll probably want to do that as well for some support in your inner knees. I'm going to go for a restorative frog situation. So you're going to go ahead and come into a little, on the left edge of your mat there, a little sort of toe stand with wide knees. Okay? And then from here, you're going to walk your hands forward. Begin to really widen your knees as much as you can. Drop them down. And then widen your feet out so that your ankles are in line with your knees. And then you might even be able to wiggle the knees out a little bit wider. Who knows? So it's a lot for the inner thighs. Okay, so just be in with wherever you need to be with it. And then if you're feeling pretty good and groovy here, you can bring your forearms down to the ground. Ay, just felt that one in my left inner thigh. Maybe lotus. You can maybe rock a little bit forward and back here, just ever so slightly. And then see about leaning forward so that the hips are in line with the knees. Allow the head to bow down, the chin to draw in. Just be here, my friends, for 5 cycles of breath. Slow and deep. And then gently lift your head. And then as gracefully as you can, get yourself out of there. Palms to the ground. Ay. Walk your hands back. Bring your feet in towards one another. Weight shifts back. Lift your knees. And then come to, again, sit on your yoga mat here. Soles of the feet to touch. In Baddha Konasana. We're going to take it into Supta Baddha Konasana, lying down. So drop one forearm to the earth, the other forearm, and then lower your shoulder blades all the way down to the ground. Take a moment here to bring your arms wide and then lift even through the shoulder blades. So you're lifting the heart up towards the sky. Let your shoulder heads draw down and then soften your shoulder blades back down to the earth. So you can either keep the arms wide, or if you feel like your second chakra needs even more extra love, palms turn down on the inner thighs there. Give yourself permission to rest. If you have some more time to spend here, I would strongly advise to stay here a bit longer. If you do need to move on with the rest of your day, inviting a deep breath in all the way down into your pelvic bowl. And then open your mouth, pour it out. Gently bringing your hands to your outer thighs, helping them support you as you close your knees like a book. And then roll on over to your right side, fetal position. And then use the strength of your left arm on the next breath in to lift you up to a nice tall seat. Keep your eyes soft and heavy. For one last time here, catching that Lotus Mudra right at your heart. And giving yourself some love, some gratitude for showing up with a sense of resilience, strength, and love to meet emotions, right, our experiences, whatever maybe came to the surface for you here today. And knowing that in so many ways we're stronger than we think, right? And we can only take it one breath at a time, one moment at a time. We'll end our time together here today with the sound of one Vam, nice and deep, breathing in. Vam. Bring that lotus to your third eye center there. And bowing down to each and every one of you. Namaste. Thank you all so much for joining me for our journey along the chakra, along the energy line that runs up our spine. That was the second chakra. Stay tuned for third chakra, our fire center, Manipura. Blessings to each and every one of you. Namaste.